Hello everyone, in today's video I'm going to be looking at the iPhone 16. I decided to get mine in white. There was a few other options that I was really considering like teal or the ultramarine, but at the end I decided to go with the white. So what I have here is the brand new one. So what I'm going to do today is unbox it, show you everything that comes inside the box, of course show you how the phone looks. Also I'm going to talk about what's new for this generation. I know a lot of people aren't as excited for this new generation, but I think the updates over the iPhone 15 were definitely more noticeable than, for example, iPhone 14 to iPhone 15. So let's unbox it. All right, here we go. Let's see if I can put this on the side. It gets the same cable as the iPhone 15 Pro. So this is kind of like a new cable, braided cable, USB-C to USB-C. And we also have a little bit of paperwork. So that's pretty much it, just two papers and the cable. All right, so here we go with the phone. Let's peel it off. All right, so here is the back. I do like this color. I just wish the Apple logo was a bit more visible, but I don't think it will even matter since I'm gonna put on a case anyway. So again, I do like the color, so I'm very happy with my choices. I also like the silver that goes all the way around. On the bottom, we have USB-C, and then we have stereo speakers. And here on this side, we have the new camera button. I'll show you how that works once I do set it up. Then we have power lock button. And then on this side, we have the new, I believe it's called action button. And then we have the volume rocker. So no more mute switch on the regular iPhones. So this is taken from the 15 Pro and 15 Pro Max previous year. So I do like that as well. All right, so I just finished setting it up. It was a breeze. I decided to set it up as the new account because I'm still using my iPhone 15 Pro. So for now, I'm just going to end up doing quite a lot of testing before I end up switching everything. Now, when it comes to the setup itself, I did encounter a big issue in the beginning. It was actually stuck on the activation is completed. So if you have an issue where your new iPhone 16 model, it doesn't matter which iPhone 16 is stuck on the activation is completed, all you have to do is just hold the power button here and then you're going to hold the volume up. So make sure you hold both of those together and then you're going to turn it off. Once you turn it off, turn it back on and then it should be fixed. All right, next, let's talk about the specs and what's new for this year. Let's start with the design. It does have the new camera button. So all you have to do is just press it once, then the camera will open. Then if you press it, kind of put pressure on it. So if you put pressure on the button, you can actually zoom in, which is really cool. You do need to put a little bit of pressure. Make sure you don't press the button. All right, let's do one more vertically. So we have it here. Again, apply a little bit of pressure here. Then we can zoom it in. Let's zoom it out. So we have 0.05. So now we're going to press it. And here we go with that picture. Again, I'm going to have to change some settings around, but I'm just getting used to the button. This is my first use. I just ended up unboxing the phone. So the camera button is pretty cool feature. I also like that you can put the pressure and zoom it in and out. So that's pretty interesting. Now, another thing that's different on this iPhone 16 is the new action button. So you can actually end up customizing it. So the way it works is once you have something set up, like for example, you can do silent. All you have to do is just push and hold, and then you can switch between different things. Again, you can customize it and do different things what this does. Now, another thing that's new for this year is the dynamic island. They did take that from the 15 Pro and the 15 Pro Max. So the way it works, you can do a few different things with it, but I'm just gonna show you the simple one. Like for example, if you do a stopwatch here, so now as you close it, you're gonna keep seeing the stopwatch, which can again come in handy if you, for example, running and stuff like that, walking, or you know, you setting up timer for cooking and then you just playing with the apps and stuff like that. So you will always be able to see that stopwatch. Kind of cool. Again, it works with different things like for example, Pandora music and stuff like that. So if you click on it, it will take you back to the stopwatch. So that's new for this year. Absolutely do enjoy that. I've been using it on the iPhone 15 Pro, and it does come in handy in many different situations. When it comes to the performance and the hardware, it does have a couple big changes from the previous generation. It does have the A18 CPU, which is Apple's CPU, so that will be the difference from the previous generation, which still had the Apple's A16. So 2 generations up, I think that's a big difference. Also, this phone has 8 gigabytes of RAM instead of 6, which the iPhone 15 have. So 2 extra gigabytes of RAM, that's a big difference. Another thing that's new is the Wi-Fi 7. So the previous generation had Wi-Fi 6. There's also Wi-Fi 6E, which I guess they skipped. And now this one has the Wi-Fi 7. Now, they did end up making some changes on the cameras as well. It went from the 48 megapixel main camera to now having a 48 megapixel fusion camera, different aperture. It also does have the anti-reflecting coating on the fusion camera lenses. So that's another thing. It also has macro photography and macro video recording, including slow-mo and time-lapse, which is different for this year. It also does have the spatial video recording at 1080p at 30 FPS. I never ended up doing any spatial recording, so I have to test that. And finally, they did make a little bit of changes on the battery and charging. The battery says it should get up to 22 hours of battery life, while the iPhone 15 had up to 20 hours of battery life. Also, they did end up increasing the wireless charging speed from the 15 watts to the 25 watts. So that's pretty considerable. That's 40%. So that's everything that's new with the iPhone 16. I feel like the differences are considerable, especially the new CPU. So you have 2 years newer CPU. You also have 2 gigabytes of RAM. You also have a little bit better battery life, faster charging speed. You also have dynamic island, new camera button. Overall, my first impression is very positive. Hopefully, I don't encounter any issues like I did during the setup. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.